Today, I'll be sharing the cities that Americans consider to be the best places to live in the United States for 2025. I conducted a survey on this channel, asking people to pick one of the 100 largest cities in the US where they would like to live, whether that's buying a home or renting and calling it their own. Out of the top 10 cities that emerged, I agreed with 8 of them, but 2 not so much. With over 2,300 responses, it was surprising to see that a few cities didn't receive a single vote. Shout out to you, Tulsa and Stockton. I took the top 10 cities from the survey and then researched the statistics that people generally care about when moving. I included those in this video, but I decided to exclude crime stats since all these cities have decent figures in that regard. So, just assume the crime rates are average or better. Now, let's take a look. Number 10. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Forget the stereotypical shoreline with palm trees and sandy beaches. Green Bay, Wisconsin, is where it's at. This city has been gaining popularity in recent years. Sure, you might need to invest in a sturdy snow shovel and a good pair of ice skates, but where else can you experience the excitement of a Packers game, the deliciousness of cheese curds, and the warmth of Midwest hospitality all in one place? Green Bay is a city where the beer flows like the Fox River, the fish fries are legendary, and the locals are so friendly they'll invite you over for a bratwurst and a game of sheep's head long before they realize you're a stranger. So, if you're searching for a place with unique charm, a vibrant spirit, and a love for all things cheese, Green Bay is the hidden gem you've been looking for. Just remember to pack your sweaters, ladies. Green Bay has a population of about 110,000 residents, with the average home priced around $251,000. The average commute time is 22 minutes. Green Bay received 65 votes. Number 9. Charlotte, North Carolina is where sweet tea is as constant as the traffic on I-77 during rush hour. This city has gained a lot of traction in popularity over the last decade. People really like Charlotte, despite the fact that you'll spend an hour getting to the grocery store. But at least you'll have plenty of time to perfect your southern drawl while sitting in traffic. That's the biggest downside to Charlotte, in my experience and many others. I was surprised to hear that traffic has only worsened since my last visit 2 years ago. But other than that, Charlotte has a lot going for it, especially the people, who are generally very friendly. Of course, everyone has a different experience, and there are always those in the comments who complain about unfriendly locals, but overall, Charlotte is a great place. The food is good, the people are nice, and if you visit Bojangles, you might even spot a NASCAR driver or two. Charlotte has a population of almost 900,000 residents, with the average home valued at around $401,000. The average commute time is 34 minutes, compared to the national average of about 21 minutes. Charlotte received 71 votes. Number 8. Lexington, Kentucky. This one surprised me, and I'm not entirely on board with it. Statistically, Lexington is okay, but it's definitely not one of the best in the nation. We've barely mentioned Lexington on this channel, maybe 2 or 3 times in over 1,000 videos spanning 6 years. But here it is. Lexington is where the grass is blue, the horses are fast, and the bourbon is always top-notch. It's a city that embraces its southern charm while staying modern. In Lexington, you can wear your finest suit to the races and then don your denim overalls for dinner. The city is proud of its horses, its history, and its hospitality. And then there's basketball, another major passion in Kentucky. It's hard to say whether the locals live and breathe more for horses or basketball, but Lexington bleeds blue for their Wildcats, and game day is almost a religious experience. Lexington has a population of about 328,000 residents, with the average home valued at around $333,000. The average commute time is 25 minutes. Lexington received 76 votes. Number 7. Boulder, Colorado. Boulder is like a magical land where the streets are paved with organic granola and the air is perpetually filled with the faint scent of the devil's lettuce. The locals, dressed in a kaleidoscope of tie-dye and fleece, spend their days scaling sheer rock faces, perfecting their downward dog poses, and discussing the merits of various microbrews. You'll find more Teslas here than in any other city in the country, and it's not uncommon to see a Prius sporting a bumper sticker that says something like, "My other car is a mountain bike." If you're looking for a place where hiking boots are considered acceptable office attire and conversations about kombucha happen daily, Boulder is your Shangri-La. Just remember to bring your reusable water bottle and a healthy sense of humor. If you haven't caught on, Boulder is packed with hippie liberals. Not saying that's a bad thing. Just letting you know where they all are. Later on, we'll see the other side of that coin in Colorado. Boulder has a population of about 122,000, but remember, we're just talking about the city itself. The entire metro area has about 330,000 residents. The Front Range, which includes Denver and other nearby areas, has about 5 million people. The average home value in Boulder is $1.2 million. Yes, it's a bit pricey, but it's a beautiful place. The average commute time is about 25 minutes. Boulder received 91 votes. Number 6. San Diego, California. San Diego isn't just a city. It's a lifestyle disguised as a zip code. Where else can you find surfers sharing waves with Navy SEALs while tech bros try to impress women on the beach who are way out of their league? The weather is always perfect, and the city itself is relatively clean for being a major metro area. San Diego is definitely the best of the 3 major metro areas in California. But that's not hard when your competition is San Francisco and Los Angeles. San Diego is one of the larger cities on this list, both in size and population. The city has about 1.4 million residents, with the entire metro area having around 3.3 million. The average home value here is around $1.03 million, so it costs a bit to stay in this coastal paradise. The average commute time is 29 minutes, which is a bit rough. San Diego received 119 votes. Number 5. Huntsville, Alabama, where the Rockets are big, and the Southern hospitality is even bigger. Forget Silicon Valley. Huntsville is like the Nirvana of the South, where pocket protectors are standard attire. Huntsville has more PhDs per capita than anywhere else in the country, so you're almost guaranteed to find someone to help with your homework. This is largely due to the NASA connection, as Huntsville has been a hub for rocket science from the days of sending people to the moon up to the present. It's no wonder they call it Rocket City. Huntsville is an anomaly in Alabama. It's been gaining popularity over the past few years. It's a great place to live with a population of about 237,000 residents. The average home here goes for about $281,000, making it an affordable place to live. Huntsville has a lot of tech jobs and workers, but prices haven't skyrocketed like in other tech hubs. The average commute time is only 22 minutes. Huntsville received 123 votes. Number 4. Raleigh, North Carolina. Bless its southern heart, has become a hotspot for those looking for a fresh start and great healthcare. The city has a lot of oak trees that have seen it all, from the first Krispy Kreme donuts to the latest tech startups ping pong tournaments. Raleigh isn't just a place to live, it's a choose-your-own-adventure novel. One of Raleigh's biggest appeals is its slower pace of life, even though it's still a very modern and advanced city. Usually, when a city has a lot of tech and other industries, there's a hustle and bustle vibe, but Raleigh is more laid back. Raleigh has a population of about 479,000 residents, with the entire metro area, including Durham and Chapel Hill, having about 1.5 million. Some people call it the Research Triangle, though locals usually don't. The average home value in Raleigh is $444,000, and the average commute time is 28 minutes. Raleigh received 129 votes. Number 3. Colorado Springs. Earlier, we talked about the hippie nirvana of Boulder, Colorado. Now, we're looking at the yin to that yang, Colorado Springs. This city is very much conservative and Republican. Again, this isn't about politics, but just giving you an idea of what the city is like. Colorado Springs is south of Denver, and while it's not in the Denver metro area, it's often considered part of the Front Range, which stretches from Fort Collins down to Pueblo. Colorado Springs is a great place to live with a population of about 497,000 residents. The metro area has about 755,000 people, but the entire Front Range has about 5 million. The average home value in Colorado Springs is $459,000, which is up there, but not as high as some other places on this list. The city has low crime rates, good schools, and plenty of outdoor activities. Colorado Springs received 149 votes. Number 2. Boise, Idaho. Boise, or as the locals like to say, Boise, is one of those cities that has recently come into the spotlight. It's like that band you discovered before they became mainstream, and now everyone is wearing their t-shirts. Boise is a place where you can go hiking, kayaking, and enjoy farm-to-table dining all in one day. The city has grown a lot in the past few years, but it still has that small-town charm. The people in Boise are friendly and welcoming, and the crime rates are low. The city has a population of about 245,000, with the entire metro area having about 750,000 residents. The average home value in Boise is around $534,000, which is high for Idaho but still affordable compared to other places on this list. The average commute time is 23 minutes. Boise received 172 votes. Number 1. Asheville, North Carolina. The city that's as hipster as a mason jar full of cold brew coffee and as southern as a plate of biscuits and gravy. Asheville has long been known as a quirky town with a strong arts community, great food, and beautiful mountain scenery. The city is a mix of old and new, with historic buildings housing craft breweries and trendy boutiques. Asheville is a place where you can find both a farm-to-table restaurant and a tattoo parlor on the same block. The city has a strong sense of community, and the locals are passionate about preserving the natural beauty of the area. Asheville has a population of about 95,000 residents, with the entire metro area having around 460,000 people. The average home value here is $533,000. The average commute time is 24 minutes. Asheville received 203 votes. Honorable mentions. 1. Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of lakes and harsh winters. 2. Spokane, Washington, known for its outdoor activities and scenery. 3. Ann Arbor, Michigan, a college town with a high quality of life. 4. Fargo, North Dakota, offers a low cost of living and a strong sense of community. Cities that didn't receive a single vote. 1. Tulsa, Oklahoma, often overlooked, despite being a cultural hub. 2. Stockton, California, struggles with a poor reputation, despite some positive aspects. This list offers a mix of popular choices and a few surprises, showing the diversity of places that Americans consider great for living in 2024 and beyond.